Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler review series videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff and drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. This is one of those items that's pretty much purpose-built for this type of show. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck, I'm wearing grody work clothes. That means that I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. It's actually not the case, though. I actually finally located this yesterday, but I couldn't review it yesterday because I had to get it home and, let it cool down and do its whole thing. So, but yeah, this is one of those things where, like, as soon as it was announced, I was like, all right, I'm gonna have people. Where's the review, Brandon? What are you doing? You got to review the thing. And yeah, it's exactly a thing. So, what is it? What am I doing for you, folks? Well, it's a limited edition thing. It's boom. It is Coca-Cola Oreo flavor zero sugar soda. It's Oreo Coca-Cola. And they had the audacity to make this a zero sugar drink. Two of like the least healthy things in existence, Coca-Cola and Oreos. And they had the balls to make this a zero sugar. And it's not like there's like a normal version of it. It's exclusively zero sugar. Balls that clang, folks. Whoever put that one at the pitch meeting for this, king amongst mortals. Telling you. But anyway, let's try this weird concoction. It looks like this. Ha 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 ha. Let's give it a go. Please don't suck. This is like something I would have thought up in a dream. It's been like, except for the zero sugar part. Okay. Kind of get the feeling like I might sort of know what this is going to taste like based off the smell. Let's give it a go. I'm not a million miles off. So here's the thing. As soon as I went over there and I put it to my nose, the immediate thing that I got from it was chocolate soda. Now, for some of you folks who've lived much more, much more guarded lives than your buddy Brandon Wenzel, you might not be familiar with chocolate soda, but it's certainly a thing. I know Faygo used to have some. I don't know if they still do, but they definitely did. I've actually reviewed a couple of chocolate sodas. I did a comparison video. That was a few years ago now. You can go watch those videos if you're interested. But yeah, like chocolate soda is definitely a thing. It's not a commonplace thing. It's never really taken off the way, basically every other type of soda is taken off. But it's around. And yeah, immediately I smelled and I was like, it's been a long time since I've had some chocolate soda, but that smell definitely lingers in your memory. And sure enough, I was like, yeah, that tastes like chocolate soda. And it basically just tastes like a chocolate Coke with a zero sugar aspect to it. Okay. I mean, pros and cons and all that good stuff. I'd say, all things considered, it's a pretty tasty drink. Like, if I do have a... Well, okay. So, if you've never had a chocolate soda before, it is a very interesting flavor. There's a reason why it is not like a widespread phenomenon. It is one of those things that's very niche. Some people like. I like it to a point, but even for me, it's not something I'll drink on the regular. It's especially because they basically blended it with the Coke. It's not exactly a chocolate flavor, but it's also not it's not, chocolate wouldn't be what you would think of immediately when you went to go drink it. Kind of the way, like vanilla Coke. It's like, do you immediately think vanilla? Like, well, no, it's mixed with the Coke, and, you're getting an interesting fusion of flavors. chocolate isn't immediately going to be what your brain goes to. At least it doesn't for me. But once somebody says it out loud, your brain's like, oh my God, there it is. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it really does just taste like a chocolate Coke or like a chocolate soda mixed with Coke. I'm actually surprised that the Coke aspect isn't quite as prominent as I would have otherwise suspected, because ultimately, the thing that really is sort of letting me down, though, is that, it's supposed to be Oreo flavored. Okay, the chocolate part, I 100% get it. But the reason why an Oreo works so well is because it's a mix of chocolate and cream. Or, well, yeah, to be fair, it has a million different variations, but it works along that general principle, right? I'm not really getting anything in the way of like a cream aspect to sort of counter the chocolate. So it really does just taste like the chocolate end of the Oreo, not really the full Oreo experience. Because the Coke flavor is definitely not going over there and filling in for that cream flavor. If anything, it really does blend pretty nicely with the chocolate flavor because, it's got kind of already has sort of a deep kind of rich flavor. So the chocolate's really just sort of launch padding off of that. What would be really interesting, though? A chocolate cream soda. That would be pretty nifty. Somebody get on that. Give me a bunch of money for coming up with the idea. I think overall, the other aspect that I do have to mention, the zero sugar. Genuinely not a big issue in this. Like, it is, what did they put in you? I'm guessing probably sucralose, but, sodium. No, it's aspartame and sucralose. So there you go. That's why it has the flavor it does. Yeah, they blended two other sweeteners together to get something that, passes as pretty palatable. But yeah, no, the zero sugar aspect is, it's there. You're not going to miss it, but it is surprisingly marginal. I was expecting it to have a heavier impact on the overall experience, and it doesn't. It's actually very drinkable, even for somebody like me who I'm not the biggest zero sugar person in the world. But again, well, you're kind of copping out because it's sucralose and the aspartame. But I am not mad at this drink at all. I'm going to be honest with you. I kind of love it a little bit. But two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Yes, kinda. For me personally, I'll say this. I still would have preferred a just straight normal version. Just go all in. Look, who are you trying to, sell anybody, it's the whole fucking Emperor's New Clothes thing. It's like your Coke and Oreo. You're not fucking fooling anybody, just swing for the fences and be like, look, this is so full of sugar that if you go over there and you drink it, it will literally go over there and eat through your intestines like the blood from the aliens in the Alien franchise, okay? That's how freaking sweet it is. And people like me will probably still buy it. But even as it is, I do like it. And I actually appreciate that it's in these little mini cans, because I would still be willing to get it if it was like a full thing. But I think this kind of works better because it's like an occasional treat for myself. A little like, ooh, okay. Here or there. Because even with just the little bit that I've had, like there's still a good chunk of this left, again, it does have that chocolate soda aspect where it's like, not all the time. This would not be an all the time thing. I would sort of equate it to how I treat Coca-Cola, like the spiced Coca-Cola, which I have reviewed, by the way. Go look it up. I like the spiced Coca-Cola, but it is not a go-to Coca-Cola. It's one that I want when I want it. And, so I'll get it here and there. That's where this would fall. But considering that this is like very much a novelty thing, and it really kind of has no right to be kind of as good as it is, in my opinion, I'm impressed. I like it. But if I'm recommending it, this is one of those things where the question has to be asked, is it about taste or is it about the gimmick? And I think that you could argue either way in this one, because it's definitely a gimmicky thing. No two ways about it. They're clearly in on the joke. But then again, flavor-wise, I don't think it's bad. And I gotta genuinely give them some credit. And then not only did they make the zero sugar aspect work, but they actually had the balls to go over there and, put out basically a chocolate soda, on a mainstream level, which is just something that doesn't really happen. I think if nothing else, it's worth at least trying, and again, it does come in the little mini packs, so you're only paying, probably around half, maybe a little bit more of what you're paying for like the full thing. And I think that works really nice for this type of thing, where it's like, okay, you know what? You don't have to invest in a full-size 12-pack. Just get a little mini thing, have some fun with it. It's a limited edition thing. It's one of those ones I don't think it's going to be for everybody. Absolutely not. But I do think that everybody should try it to see if they do fall within that bracket. Because if nothing else, the flavor is pretty neat. I don't think it tastes that much like an Oreo, but I think it's pretty cool. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year, folks. Go over there and have yourselves a truly Coke and Oreo-tastic rest of your life. Oh, and by the way, boom, I will be reviewing this next. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated, but well, you can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what do you personally think? If you ever had chocolate soda, if you have, please comment. I would genuinely love to hear about your experiences with it. Because again, it's not a commonplace thing. It used to be something where I could occasionally get it at like local supermarkets. Again, like the Faygo stuff. That was like pretty much the only brand that seemed willing to carry it on any kind of a regular basis. But even then, it would just be like a 6-pack. That was about all you could get for it. Man, yeah, for me personally, it's like, I really do. I wish, and maybe this will spark that, I wish that Coke would just go over there and just full on, just be like, boom, we're doing chocolate Coke. We already did vanilla. Everybody liked it. We're doing chocolate. We're just hitting it. I think that'd be pretty neat. I don't know how successful it would be, but at least I would buy it sometimes. But anyway,